5 financial principles everyone needs to adopt to be able to ensure a secured financial life. On the top of the list, you have budgeting. Budgeting is that main element which is going to guide you and drive you towards how the future of your money is going to look like. If you're working, budgeting will help to tell you how much you need to save for whatsoever expense, be it transport fare, a health fund, emergency fund, and if you have an event, a budget is going to guide you on where to put your resources. Failing to budget is preparing for financial catastrophe. There are people I know who always say, I don't even know what I did with money, but the money just got finished. I realized there was nothing left. That is because you fail to budget. That's to tell you how important budgeting is. If you can manage budgeting to your fingertips, then you're going to be able to make the best finance decisions which concern you. Second on the list is managing your debt. I don't want to say that you shouldn't have debt, because some businesses exist today because of debt. Some people were able to materialize their business dreams and aspirations because of debt. Some people were able to handle family commitments because of debt. But how you manage them is a very, very important factor. Debts rip me of my ability to have a good night's sleep, because all I do is thinking about how and when I'm going to repay this debt. Even though there's a saying which goes that a good businessman must have debt, you should be able to have a grip of managing your debts so you don't become a slave to your debt. So you should be able to critically think and make sure that the amount you are borrowing, you can be able to schedule, anticipate, to plan and set down how much you can put together over a period of time to repay the debt. And I'm assuming that these debts are for very important reasons. You don't take a debt when you don't know how you're going to repay the debt, or you don't take a debt to venture into something that is not going to yield you that income that is going to cost you to pay the debt back. So if you want to guarantee your financial security, you have to be very, very keen with the loans or the debts which you decide to engage yourself in. The third point on my list is going to be an emergency life fund. By emergency life fund, what do I mean? You should be able to put together, apart from your savings, you could save for different motives. Okay, let's say at the end of the year you plan to purchase a car, so you can save a particular amount of money towards getting that car. But an emergency life fund is saving for unforeseen or unexpected situations. And that's why people borrow a lot, because most of the times we are not prepared for unforeseen circumstances. Let's say you take off a percentage of your earnings or your income and you save. If you get sick, you can be able to take care of yourself. If you intend to get into a project, that money is going to completely fund the project. If you have your children's education, you don't need to wait for when the kids start going to school before you start putting money aside for that. Once a child is born, you can decide to take the initiative and save a little amount of money. It just depends. Every month, you put that amount of money aside so that when the child starts going to school, for instance, you don't have any stress. You know that the child's school fees is already settled. You know that a lot of things are settled. A lot of people tell me that they don't have the discipline enough to be able to stick to this particular commitment because something can happen and you go and take the money from there. There are so many financial services that permit you to be able to plan your life accordingly with respect to finance. There are insurance companies, there are banks. You can discuss with your manager and you can create a fixed account where you deposit money and the amount of money is blocked until you need it. Some people have confidence in their informal finance services, those who belong to rotating finance associations. Some people have confidence in it. You can use that as well if you see that you are not disciplined enough to be able to set a principle for yourself and live by it. So having an emergency fund is going to save you from a lot of trouble, big time trouble, and you're only going to appreciate it when that thing happens and you see that you were prepared for it. It saves you from depression, high blood pressure, headache, and it makes you light. You have a certain peace that comes with planning your finances ahead of time. The fourth finance principle on my list is investing for the future. It's just like savings, but it's a bit bigger than savings. It's all about maximizing your risks and diversifying into other activities. You know, when you save, the money actually stays as it is. If you save 1 pen, for instance, you're going to get 1 pen. Let's use a pen in this case. But in the case of investments, the money gets to multiply. People do invest in real estate, stocks, bonds, shares, because we never know what can go wrong. You're just trying to make sure that at every point in time, you're checking that you are safe. So, investing in a business is also another form to secure and guarantee your wealth. If savings fail, if something go wrong, in the end, you can have the proceeds of an investment to be able to continue to enjoy your financial gains. And the last but not the least, fifth financial principle important for you to adopt is learning. I've come to realize that the financial world keeps evolving as time goes on, like things keep changing. If you are in a country, you want to make sure that you are updated or conversant with the finance laws or bills that concerns you so that you are awakened to know how it's going to affect your income and how to plan better. You could also read books, listen to podcasts, take online lessons, but it's very, very important to keep learning as far as finance is concerned. The world is changing, technology is taking all over the place, and so will it affect your finances. So you should make sure that you update yourself, you update your brain, and make sure you are versed with the changes as they come. Adopting these financial principles can be very demanding, challenging, and difficult, but you must also remember that the payoff is a secured financial future. So I'm encouraging everyone who has financial back and front here and there to put themselves together. First, try to understand what your financial personality is. Then, get a consultant, study, and apply these principles one after the other. Thanks for doing it with me today on Emma's Manual. Please like, share, subscribe. Until we meet next time, remember to stay financially savvy.